I'm a coder, okay?
Don't love me, don't call me, don't need me, don't pay me.
But why? Why?
Because
You are?
Coders.
Okay, so every coder knows the drill, right? A project that should take a day stretches into a week thanks to unexpected bugs, complex logic puzzles, and, well, let's be honest, a bit of procrastination. Now, I'm on a mission to find the best AI coding assistant tools, and I'll be testing each of them using a series of coding tests. The assistant that codes the fastest, most efficiently, and with the fewest errors will be crowned the champion. So let's begin. Right, so we're starting out with Sourcegraph Cody, and trust me, it is intuitive and it will reduce your coding time by a huge percentage. And this is because it can autocomplete single lines or whole functions of your code in any programming language. It's even able to help you write and understand your own code by understanding your code bases without having to manually read through your configuration lines or documentation. So without further ado, let's see what it can do. Now, when you click on this button, you'll be able to sign in with your GitHub, GitLab, or Google account, which is pretty amazing because you can directly start using Sourcegraph Cody with your existing code without having to create a new repository or IDE. Now, for this, I'll be using Google, so I can start from scratch. And here, you'll be prompted to choose a use case. You can choose work or personal use, but if you choose work, you'll be required to input your work email. So let's just go with personal for now. Whoa! Okay, I didn't see this coming. On this page, you can choose your editor, which is amazing because you won't have to spend hours learning how to use a new editor. Right, let's choose VS Code because it's the only stable one and click on Install. Oh, okay, I'm unable to install it. Let's go back and select this one. Now, it's very important that you read the details on this page. And when you're done, click on Get. And you'll see here that there are a few versions that you have to choose from. It's safer to choose the older versions because they have fewer bugs. But if you want to explore the newest features, you should choose the newest versions, obviously. With that settled, you'll be taken to this page. And as you can see, you need to select an IDE. If you don't know which one to choose, go back to this page and click on JetBrains Marketplace. And here, you'll be able to see the IDEs your editor is compatible with. All right, so we'll come back here and click on this one, or anyone that you decide on, and you'll immediately be directed to another page where you can install and set up the IDE on a 30-day free trial, if, of course, you're on the free plan. Once the download starts, you'll once again be directed to another page, and you can click on this hyperlink to start the download process, if it's not automatically started. But I must warn you that it took about 15 minutes for the IDE to be downloaded on my laptop, and this may be longer or shorter for you, depending on several factors. Well, after the IDE is downloaded, you go back to this page, and here it says to open it and press Ctrl, Alt, and S to open settings. If you use a MacBook, you should press the Command key and Alt and S. You'll have to do this on the IDE that was downloaded, so let's go and open it, press the keys, and click on Plugins. Now, we're supposed to look for an option that says Install Plugin from Disk, but since I can't find it, I'll just search for Sourcegraph Cody, click Install, and here you can see a progress bar that shows how much of your plugin has been downloaded. Once the download is done, you'll be prompted to restart your IDE, and after that, hey, you can start using Sourcegraph Cody. Now, I have already tested it with a few questions, and it has performed really well so far. So let's ask some more questions, shall we? Amazing, right? Well, now it's time to discuss pricing. Now, Sourcegraph Cody is usually called Cody, and it's free for personal use. But if you want to use it for some serious work, you'll need to pay $9 every month for the Pro plan. But you won't be able to collaborate with other developers in your team. But you can easily solve this by buying the Enterprise plan for $119 per month. And you'll be able to work with more than 50 developers at the same time. Now, do not forget that we will be picking a coding champion at the end, so watch until the end to know the tool that we're betting our money on. You can also get access to this tool with the link in the description. And with that, let's show you our next tool, shall we? It is none other than Google Duet. And I'm pretty sure you know how duets work. You know, two musicians performing and shining at the same time. Well, this is the basic idea behind Google Duet because it's able to write and debug code in so many languages, including Kotlin and Java. as you'll soon see. And that way you shine and Google Duet shines. Now, before you can use Google Duet, you have to install Gemini Code Assist in your IDE. Now, we're using IntelliJ, so we don't need to download from here. But if you use JetBrains or VS Codes as your IDE, you just need to click on Get to install the Code Assist. It will be downloaded as a zip file, and you'll need to unzip and extract it. But we need to first download the Google Cloud Code plugin on our IntelliJ IDE. And you can do that by clicking on Settings here or entering the shortcut you can see on screen. Search for it here, click Install, and restart your IDE once it has been downloaded. As you can now see, there is a list of more options, and it can be quite convincing to know the exact one you need for a particular use case. You can learn more about that on JetBrains' YouTube channel or Google Cloud Tech. Now, I'll link the resources in the description, so make sure to check them out and give this video a digital thumbs up if you've learned a thing or two. Now, you should click on this one here, and as you can see, you need to sign in. After you've done that, click on Select Project, but you'll see that it can't find anything. So go back to the zip file, unzip and extract all the files in it. Copy and paste them in the IDE, and then tick this button so that it automatically opens up in an editor once it has been uploaded. And then we'll click on this again and upload our project. That does take a very long time to load, so we'll just be stopping this video here. You may decide to hold on and chat with Duet AI, and while you're doing that, you may notice that it is not as straightforward as Sourcegraph Cody, because it's more suited for experienced developers. Aside from that, there's also a little glitch with its pricing page, because when I click pricing, I get this error. But here we can see that we have access to $300 worth of credits and up to 20 Google products on the free plan. Now, you should definitely check out the free version of this tool because there is just so much that you can do with it. Now, when we consider all of this, it is safe to say that Google Duet is not likely to be our coding champion, but hey, keep your fingers crossed and let's talk about our next coding assistant. Now, this next tool can help you build any software application, even if you know very little about coding, because it can generate, edit, and explain your code. And when it builds a software app, it can deploy and test it right within your browser. Isn't that amazing? Well, that tool is none other than Replit AI. It is one of the best AI coding assistants in the market, and its pricing plans are cost-effective and aligned with economic realities. For starters, you can access a basic workspace and 24/7 support from a community of developers without paying a dime. If you want more features and access to the advanced AI models, you'll need to buy the Replit Core plan for a monthly $20 fee. However, if you're keen on controlling your information and managing access to your data, the Teams plan is your best bet. But you'll need to contact Replit's sales team for a specific price. But that is not even the best part, right? Replit's website is so beautiful that I could stare at it forever. And when you scroll down, Replit will zoom into the screen and magically open a new page. It has a feed page that contains some information about specific features. When you scroll down further, you'll get some more context on what Replit can do. So, hey, let's sign in and try it out. After you create your account, you'll need to answer a few questions to personalize it. And when you're done, you'll be asked to choose a programming language that you can test with. If you're a beginner, I'd advise you to try it out with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, since the first two are not actually programming languages at all, so they're easier to learn. After that, you have to name your project and describe what it can do. And then you'll see this little button here that asks you to upgrade to make your project private. We have already talked about pricing plans, so pick any of them and click on this button to create your app. Replit does take a little while to write the code, but when it's done, you'll notice how detailed it is. You'll even be asked to take a tutorial, which is not compulsory, but I'd advise that you take it if this is your first experience with Replit. When you're done, you'll be able to see your code. And if you notice, it's very short. You can add more to it if you know how to code, but I'll just change this from Hello World to something a bit more personal. So let's click on this button to see the result of our code. And here we can see that Hello World has been changed to My AI App. So we'll just assume that this is the full code, and we'll click on Deploy to test it. And here you can choose how you want to deploy your app, but you'll need to buy one of the premium plans to go through with it. Now, we do have a very special link that can help you save up to $60 if you buy this tool. Go and check it out in the description box below. Our next tool is AskCodi, a chat-based coding assistant that can generate and autocomplete your code. And if you have any issues with your code, just chat away and Cody will resolve the issue immediately. So let's try it out. After you create your free account, you'll be asked to provide some more details, including your age, which is kind of strange, but somewhat reasonable. And when you click submit, you'll be taken to the sign up page and you'll see this small pop-up card that outlines some of the steps that you have to take. Now, I'd advise that you click on the first one that says check out the UI. You can find your way around because none of the features are explicitly listed. With that done, let's click on these angle brackets to access the chat feature. The first thing I'll ask it to do is debug a code. And as you can see, it answered pretty quickly. But instead of directly debugging the code, it explains what the problem is and then solves it. That's pretty cool. Wow, that was fast and it was easy. So do you think that'll make AskCodi our favorite tool? Well, it's not time to spill the beans just yet. Keep those fingers crossed. And let's discuss pricing. AskCodi has a free plan for every user, but you'll only get 50 credits per month, which is not nearly enough. To get unlimited credits, you can buy the premium plan for $9.99 or the ultimate plan for $29.99 if you want to access all the features. And if you click on the link in the description, you'll save up to 20% on annual purchases. All right, let's talk about our next tool. It is probably the most popular tool in this video and is popularly used for writing, but it can also generate code. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome ChatGPT. Oh, I forgot, it's an app. Right, to show you that it does work, I'll be using GPT 3.5. But if you want to get the best results, you should buy the Plus plan at $20 if you're a freelancer, or the Team plan for $25 if you run a big business. But now, let's get to business. Aha! There is an auto-generated prompt here that is all about coding, so let's click on it and see what we'll get. Wow! Alright, aside from writing the code, ChatGPT also explained how we can set it up in simple terms, but that's a custom prompt. Let's type one of our own and see the result. Oh my gosh, the result is fantastic, and I love that it separated the languages so I know where to find each one. Now, to use the code, just click here to copy it and paste it into your editor. And that's it for this tool. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this tool. Right, our final tool is Tabnine, and it's privatized, it's personalized, and it's protected. And that simply means that your data is well protected, and any suggestions you get from Tabnine will be tailored to the project you're working on. So you won't need to provide context every time you use it. Now, it is just like Cody and Duet AI because it helps to improve and complete your code. But it is nothing like Replit because it cannot directly build a software application and has no interface to deploy or test one. So let's try it. You can sign in with your GitHub, Microsoft, or even Google account. And of course, we will be choosing Google. After you sign in, you'll be directed to this page if you're on a free plan. Now, there is no indication of what you should do next to activate the coding assistant. So let's close this page and open our IntelliJ IDE. Now, you know the drill. Open settings, search and install Tabnine, then restart the IDE. Now, you'll notice that there are two Tabnine plugins. You should download the first one, not this one. After that, you'll see this purple button here. When you click on it, you'll be asked to sign in. Now, you are supposed to use the details of the account that you created earlier. And when that's done, you'll go back to our IDE. And you can see here that I have already asked it a few questions, and it performed really well. So let's add some errors here and ask Tabnine to debug the code. And boom, we have our result. If you click here, you can see the initial error and the changes that were made. Now, my favorite part of this tool is the suggested questions that I get at the end of each response. And that way, I get to learn more about my code without racking my brain on what questions to ask. Now, I've got to tell you that I think Tabnine is pretty amazing, and it only costs $12 for the Pro plan, and you'll be able to access it for 90 days without paying a dime. There is also a basic plan that is free to use, but it has limited features, and you can only unlock all of them by buying the Enterprise plan for $39. Now, for easy access, click on the link in the description to use Tabnine. There are a lot of benefits, I promise you. It is now time to discuss the tool that we're putting all our money on. And I'm not going to keep you in suspense for much longer. Our favorite tool is Replit because it offers coding assistance that can easily be measured. So when I write code, I can easily see what the final result would look like. Also, unlike the other tools that need an IDE to function, Replit can be used directly on its website, and it offers a simple tutorial that shows you where everything is in less than 30 seconds. And of course, we do have a discount link waiting just for you in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. But before we end this video, let me know in the comments what your favorite tool is. And watch this video here. Here it is. If you want to improve your life with AI, and also subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss our next video. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.